Hi, I'm Pamela, and welcome to Eagles Perch.
Hello Eagles, I'm MJ. This week we share 3 perspectives on the life we lead in these different times. Some motivational, some inspirational, but all from the hearts from your Eagles Perch team. Welcome to this very special Eagles Perch.
In changing times, we need to motivate each other. Recently, I sat down with the ON TV studio to share some thoughts I hope may give you a little motivation to make our world a better place.
Motivation. What motivates you? What makes you get up in the morning and go to school? What makes you get up in the morning and brush your teeth? Just put your clothes on. What motivates you to do that? You know, motivation can be all types of things. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be just a way of life, something that motivates you and just to be you. My motivation is my mom and my brothers, my family, and I do everything for them to have, so they can have a better future, and Kobe, watching some of his videos, he just said it's a mentality, and it really is. You gotta have the mentality to wake up and get better. Not just playing basketball. You gotta wake up and get better at your job if you just work. You gotta wake up and get smarter if you're going to school. You just gotta go harder at whatever you're doing, you feel me? And you gotta find that spirit in you, and mine is through God. Not everybody preaches the same thing, but we all have our higher being, or even if you don't, you have somebody you look up to or somebody that speaks to you in a different way that just is more powerful. So just think about that. Think about what motivates you to be you and what motivates you to get up in the morning and become better than what you were yesterday. So what would you say to your younger self if you had the chance? Juan recorded this message to his middle school self. Check it out.
All right. My name's Swan, and I'm with Eagles Perch. Today I'm going to be saying what I would tell myself if I could talk to me 10 years ago, or just in the past in general. All right, let me get started. I actually have it written down. So if I could talk to myself 10 years ago, I would say that life moves on no matter what. Mistakes happen, and that's fine. Keep on living, that's the only thing we can do. Definitely took me a while to figure that out. Even if I could just talk to myself a year ago, I'd probably still say the same thing. A lot of times I feel like not only me, but a lot of people struggle, and I feel like they focus too much on what they're struggling with and not, the blessings or, happy things that they have to be so grateful for in life. There's people out there with greater struggles, and I'm not trying to devalue people's struggles or say that it's any less than anybody else's, because I don't think we should compare that, but I definitely do think that we overlook a lot of things that many of us take for granted, and I just feel like that's really important. Even for me in the past, I feel like I've taken many things for granted. But yeah, I think that's really important to me and to a lot of people here in the future that look back at at their younger selves, and they think, wow, they're glad that they've grown as a person, And yeah, that's what I would tell myself if I could talk to myself 10 years ago. I'm Juan with Eagles Perch, and goodbye.
Finally, when we look at our past couple of years, it's been hard for all of us. Maddie shares these thoughts about living with COVID.
COVID-19 has been a pretty big deal around the world for about 2 years now. I talked with my chemistry teacher about some of her opinions on the situation we're currently in.
So I taught online last year, and it was really, really challenging, especially to teach chemistry online. So I would really like to do everything we can to keep the doors open and continue to have in-person school, because I think it's better for learning, it's better for mental health. But if we get to the point where we don't have enough staff and we have enough students that are sick, it might be worth shutting down for a few days just to get people well again. But as long as we can keep things going, I'd like to keep in-person school happening. It's also challenging right now because I have students that have been absent a lot because they've been sick, and so we have to figure out makeup work for tests and quizzes and labs, and it's just a lot more challenging.
In mid-January, there was a week where almost 400 high school students were absent and over 30 staff members were gone due to COVID.
Very challenging to watch people not be careful, especially with the level that things are, like the level that the virus is spreading right now.
There is a question some people are considering, and that is, should we go back to online school?
A really hard time, honestly, keeping the doors open because we don't have enough people to sub because so many people are sick. So you get a much better experience in person, especially in a science lab class where you get to physically touch and see things. It's really challenging when people are making decisions that can affect whether or not we can have schools open. Honestly, we're trying to minimize our risk so that our kids don't get sick and so that I can keep coming to school and teaching. I wish I didn't have to wear a mask anymore, and I want this to be over as much as anybody, but if we're gonna keep going, we gotta be careful.
This is Madeline Arnold with your Ealges Perch.
Hope everybody's second semester is going good. Signing out.